Hi, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to this morning's stretching / meditation break warm up. I don't know what time of day it is when you're watching this later, but if you're here live, it's the morning. We are not doing anything too crazy today, so you can be wearing any clothes, nothing special. You could roll out a yoga mat for the movement part if you want to. You could also use a blanket or a towel on the floor. You can also do this in bed still if you're feeling really cozy and you haven't gotten all the way out of bed yet. So whatever works for you. And then for the meditation portion, I invite you to be in whatever physical arrangement helps you feel supported and still. So you might like to sit up tall in a traditional seated meditation. Maybe you want to lean back against something. Maybe you want to recline on the couch or just lay all the way down onto the floor. There's no wrong way to do this. So we're going to get started now laying down on our backs. Oh, if you like to listen to music while you do this sort of thing, I linked a meditation playlist that I just make and use for myself in the description box below. It has some floating through space sounds. So you can press play anywhere in that playlist at any time, just for a little background sound. Start to make your way down onto your back here. And I invite you to find one of a couple shapes. You might try reclined bound angle pose, where your feet touch and your knees fall open wide. You lay all the way down. So we'll introduce a little bit of hip opening first thing in the morning, but if this is just too much, if the low back needs more support, bring your feet onto the floor and knock your knees in together. You can move your feet further away from your body for a little more support in the low back, or closer, no matter which of these shapes you're in. Something a little more opening, and bring your one hand to rest at your heart center, the other at your belly. Close your eyes or soften your gaze downward. Take a couple moments here to let your body arrive in this moment. Let your elbows rest heavy down towards the ground or the bed. And let the palms of your hands soften. As you breathe in, feel your belly expanding with air. And as you breathe out, feel it contract and empty. Again, like that, breathing in, filling up the belly, and then feeling the rib cage spread wide. And as you exhale, feel rib cage and then belly soften. Once more, breathing in, fill up belly, rib cage, and then feel your chest lift and inflate. Breathe all the way out. You can keep your legs how they are. Find one of these different shapes. Start to warm up through some chest opening here. Bring your hands to rest down at your sides, palms up. And as you breathe in, we're dragging the palms along the earth, making a big, like a snow angel, up, 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 as high as you can reach. When you reach the top of your range of motion this morning, take another breath in. And as you exhale, drop your elbows so you make a W shape with your arms, and then leading with the elbows, draw back down to the hips. So feeling that broadening across the chest. Good. Again, like that, breathing in, expanding wide and long. Big stretch. And as you exhale, make a W shape. Guide the elbows back down. Find two more of those on your own. Move slower than you want to here. Noticing all the subtleties of the sensation through the hands, the arms, shoulders. Nice job. When you've reached the bottom of your last exhale here, Draw your knees up into your chest. So if they're open, close them up like a book. Draw knees into chest. We're going to take a moment here just to check in with the low back. Maybe finding a little movement side to side. Maybe you draw little circles with the knee. Nothing fancy here, just seeing what's up. And then drop your knees off over towards the right side. Let your arms open out like the letter T. You might gaze towards your left fingertips. Maybe you just gaze straight up, but let your body soften into this twist. Take 2 breaths here. Nice and easy, drop both knees back to center, and we'll send them off to the left side this time. Arms stay out like the letter T. You have 3 total breaths here. Think about lengthening through both fingertips. Letting the spine relax, softening the hips. One more breath in. One more breath out. Gently guide your knees back to center. If Happy Baby is available to you this early in the morning, go for it. If you're like the Tin Man, like me, when you wake up in the morning, you can grab for like an easy Happy Baby. So instead of sending the feet all the way up to the sky, stretching the backs of the legs, just bring the knees a little wider. Maybe you grab behind the knees, maybe you grab the tops of the knees. We're just bringing a little more opening to the inner thighs and the hips here. Let yourself rock side to side, just exploring this movement. And maybe you do start to kick one leg long, your knees crack. Just stretching through the ankle and the knees, just bringing a little gentle movement here. A couple more breaths. Nice job. Find stillness at the center. Let your right leg go long and hug the left knee up and in towards your left armpit. We're going to focus on the 3 different movements here at the same time. So with the left knee, I want you to squeeze it in towards your armpit by pulling with your hands, and then actively resist that movement with the knee. So you're pushing the left knee up into your hand. Those are 2 movements. Then with this long leg, I want you to think about reaching your toes forward. Leg can rest on the ground, but we're thinking about lengthening along the top of the right hip. Can you relax your face here? Find one big breath in. And a big breath out. One more time like that. Inhale. And exhaling. Gently bring the right leg back up to center. We'll find that same arrangement on the other side. Left leg is long. Oof, right leg hugs up and in, or up and out, pardon me. Squeeze the knee in, then resist that pressure. Feeling that activation through the right hip. And then with the left leg, we're thinking about lengthening, like Stretch Armstrong style. How long could you make this leg? Maybe you can even try to touch the wall in front of you. Reaching, relax the shoulders, relax the face. 2 breaths here. Good, we'll let this go. Drag the left heel back up and in. Both feet meet the ground. We're going to roll ourselves into a tabletop position here. So roll onto one side, nice and easy. Protecting this peacefulness you're building through yourself. Find yourself on all 4s here. We're just going to do a couple of cat and cows before we prepare to sit in stillness. So hands are wide on the ground, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. As you breathe in, drop your belly, lift your chin. Take a moment here to explore, find a little movement, maybe side to side, front and back. As you exhale, round and curl the spine, lifting the heart up to the ceiling like it was attached to a string, pushing the hands down. And now 3 times on your own here, match breath to movement, warming up through the spine. Keep the breath really full, really slow as you finish out your last round here. And when you finish your last round of cat and cow, you can start to make your way into whatever shape you'd like to find stillness, practice meditation, and as always, I'll be laying down. You can be seated, you can be leaning. You might close your eyes. You might not close your eyes. Again, there's no wrong way to do this, but I invite you to bring your hands to rest on your body. This might be palms down, one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Maybe it feels better to do palms resting up in this gesture of willingness to receive. We'll start with a couple big breaths. Breathing in here, filling up the low belly. Breathing out, allowing the body to soften. Breathe in again, fill up low belly, feel your rib cage fill and expand. And breathing out, letting go. Last one like this, breathe in, fill up low belly, rib cage, and the space right under your collarbones. Let it go, allowing yourself to receive a presence of peacefulness, openness. An acceptance of wherever you are today. As you continue to breathe more naturally here, what do you notice about the way your body feels? What do you notice about the mood you brought to your practice today? How would you describe the quality of your attention? Maybe your mind is spaced out. Maybe it's really busy making lists about everything you need to do today. All of those things are okay. You don't have to fix any of them in order to practice this stillness. Use your breath as an anchor for a busy mind. Just following it in, feeling the way it feels to breathe in. Following the breath out, noticing how the body feels as it relaxes and eases. Maybe you could relax your body even more here, allowing a settled body to help calm the mind. So notice the scalp of your head. Relax the space between your eyebrows, your nostrils. Let your tongue rest softly on the lower palate. And think about finding ease through the jaw. Relax your throat. Imagine a sensation in the shoulders of ice melting into water. Relax the back of your heart space, letting yourself rest a little heavier down onto whatever's supporting you. From that support, can you allow a little more softness around the front of your heart? Give you a few moments of silence here. Maybe you continue this body scan all the way down to your toes. Continuing to breathe. Continuing to soften through the body as a way to keep the mind resting in the present moment. If you have more time, I encourage you to stay just like this as long as you can. If you are ready to be guided out, bring your palms to touch in front of you and start to rub them together vigorously, bringing some friction, some heat to the hands. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, bring one hand onto your heart, the other on top of that hand. Take a moment to feel your heartbeat. Noticing this transference of heat and energy. Know that this space of calm that you've cultivated in the last 15 minutes is within you and available anytime today. You need to tap back into it. Just give yourself a little space to be still. Thank you so much for practicing together this morning. I hope you come back to this as often as you need it. I hope you share it with a friend if it helped you feel good. And I will see you soon. Thank you so much. Take good care of yourself.